What if I told you that that super hot yoga class leaving you totally drenched in sweat is actually doing like next to nothing for your cardio?
I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people who, rely on it as their main daily workout.
It really is. Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a really fascinating video by Osman, who goes by the Blind Muslim Yogi. And our mission today is to tackle a massive fitness misconception.
Yeah, we're diving into why using yoga as a replacement for the gym leaves you fundamentally incomplete,
Yeah.
and how understanding your body's hidden layers can actually unlock your full potential.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. The core misconception here is that yoga is just like a stretching or fitness routine.
Right? People fall into this trap all the time. They think, well, I sweated, so that's my cardio.
Yeah.
But Osman gives a hard physical reality check here. Yoga is simply not a fitness model.
Right.
I mean, it cannot replace cardiovascular exercise, which pumps blood and actually physically strengthens the walls of your heart. And it can't replace lifting weights.
Okay, wait, I have to push back right out of the gate here. Because if I'm in a yoga class and I'm holding a plank for 2 minutes, my muscles are actively shaking and burning. How can we say that isn't strength training?
Well, because there's a huge biological difference between isometric endurance, which is what you're doing in a static pose,
Mm.
and progressive overload. Progressive overload actually tears and builds new muscle tissue.
Oh, okay, I see the distinction.
Yeah, I mean, yoga definitely benefits physical health, but the mechanism is completely different. Yoga targets the internal systems. Like it physically stimulates the vagus nerve.
And that's the primary information highway running from your brain down into your gut, right?
Exactly. So by stimulating it, yoga physically shifts your nervous system out of fight or flight and into rest and digest mode. It's literally reconditioning your internal organs, not your biceps.
Wow. So treating yoga like a workout is basically like trying to use a software update to fix a flat tire on your car. Yoga is tuning the internal operating system, your organs and nervous system, but you still need the cardio and strength training to build the physical hardware.
I love that analogy. And what's fascinating here is Osman's concept of power saver mode.
Right, power saver mode. What does he mean by that?
He points out that most of us are walking around with like 95% of our biological and neurological capacity locked away. It's just completely dormant.
That's crazy.
It is. Hitting the gym builds the physical hardware, which is crucial, but yoga exists specifically to wake up that dormant software. If you're only using it to stretch tight hamstrings, you're missing the primary mechanism entirely.
So if yoga is rewriting the software to get us out of power saver mode, what exactly is the code it's updating?
Well, Osman breaks human composition down into 5 distinct layers.
Hmm.
The outermost layer is just the physical body, but that physical body is controlled by the second layer, which is your subtle life force energy.
Okay, and this isn't just like mystical jargon, right? How do these layers actually interact in the real world?
Think of it sequentially, through cause and effect. The third layer is the mind, and the mind can control that subtle life force energy.
Makes sense.
A concrete example would be, well, if you consciously use your mind to focus on slowing your breathing, you directly alter your subtle energy. And that, in turn, physically lowers your heart rate. It's a chain reaction.
Okay, that makes total sense. Mind controls energy, energy controls the physical body.
Exactly. And once those 3 active layers are harmonized, it opens access to the deeper layers. The fourth layer is higher intelligence or intuition, and the fifth is the soul, or the bliss body.
Bliss body.
Right, which is true self-actualization.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Osman shared this anecdote from his childhood training. His early teachers insisted that yoga and physical exercise had to remain entirely separate.
No blending them at all.
None. They didn't do hybrid workout classes. They practiced yoga strictly to awaken those subtle energy layers, and then they practiced brutal martial arts to build the physical layer.
Because they recognized you can't build physical resilience through an energy practice.
Yeah.
And you also can't achieve energetic balance by just, punching heavy bags.
Right.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, holistic health really requires us to respect what each tool is designed to do.
Right, which brings us to how you, listening right now, can actually apply this without needing to move to an ashram. Osman prescribes a very specific balance.
He does.
He suggests doing professional fitness sequences like high-intensity interval training, which tackles both strength and cardio, or even just brisk walking, but keeping that completely separate from your yoga practice.
Yeah, you build an unbreakable machine through HIIT or walking, and you debug the operating system through yoga. Only when that hardware foundation is stable can your intuition and true self-actualization finally come online.
So what does this all mean? It means you can have the strongest physical hardware in the world, but if the operating system is entirely glitched out, the machine still crashes.
Exactly. Traditional fitness maintains the 5% of capacity we use every day. Yoga is the master key to unlocking the other 95%.
You don't skip pouring the concrete foundation, but you also don't use a highly advanced operating system just to do basic math.
That's a great way to put it.
Which leaves us with a thought for you to carry into your day. If you have only been using yoga as a fancy way to stretch your calves, essentially treating the most advanced neurological software available to you like a basic wrench, what dormant parts of your mind and intuition might you finally unlock if you start treating it as an energy practice?
It's a huge question.
It is, and it makes you wonder, if we misunderstand yoga this deeply, are there other parts of our daily routine we treat as purely physical chores when they could actually be gateways to immense mental clarity?